Hey guys, this is not clickbait, this is real, and it's something that I have been meaning to talk about for a while. Like most of my videos, it's just one of those ideas that I have that never gets executed, but we're working on it. Obviously, by the title, I do purchase things from time to time that are not cruelty free, and I know that you do too. So the thing that I really wanted to point out is that I believe that we get stuck in this mindset where we feel like the need to be perfect, when in reality, we don't need to be perfect. And yes, occasionally I do purchase things that are not cruelty free. I will give you some examples. My contact solution, a natural cruelty-free contact solution, does not work for me, and I am not going to risk my eyes on purchasing something because it's not tested on animals when it could have detrimental effects to my eyes. Speaking of contact solutions, the contact lenses that I wear are not cruelty-free, but I need them to see. It just kills me so much when I get comments that are from people who are expecting me and just like any vegan and cruelty-free person who is making an effort to be less harmful to the planet, to animals, and etc. And we are constantly told that we are not good enough. And I just want to tell you guys that you are good enough. I'm good enough. We're all doing great. I want to tell you guys that there are so many instances in this world that I am a part of, the cruelty-free online community, where I am told that I am not doing the absolute best that I can and I need to be doing more. And I see other people get the same type of reaction because we are posting about our favorite cruelty-free foundations, which is a luxury product and not a need, but because we're posting about our cruelty-free favorite foundations, that all of a sudden we need to be 100% ethical in all of our food, in all of our clothing. Don't even get me started on where the makeup is sourced from. A lot of flack that I get myself is for purchasing fast fashion, and while I do purchase a decent amount of thrift items from time to time, I do go to a place like H&M and I will purchase something, and honestly it had never really occurred to me that I was purchasing fast fashion for the sake of just wearing it one time and then throwing it in the garbage, because that is not the way I was raised. I'm not really sure how many people go to the store, buy an item, and then wear it a couple times and then throw it in the garbage. No. If I buy something, even if it is from Forever 21, I will wear that until I cannot wear it anymore. And then if I am able to, when it breaks, I will sew it up. And I think that that's like a pretty, like, a normal thing that a lot of people do. But in the age of fast fashion, I believe that this is... Sorry, this video is gonna be like all over the place with the point that I'm trying to get across. But with fast fashion, I feel like it's really easy to get into the mindset of, oh, it broke, I'm just going to go purchase it again and then throw this other one that I have in the trash. But that creates a lot of waste. And no, it's not the best to be supporting companies that are made in sweatshops. And this is one of the reasons why for years and years and years, like pretty much my whole life, I have found an interest in thrifting. I think that if you are able to find things that are at the thrift store, or if you are able to purchase things that are more expensive that have been ethically made, good for you. But if you can't, it's okay. We're all doing the best that we can, and also realizing that you may be in a place of privilege. So I think I've talked about this so many times, but when I drove across the country last year, like, it was kind of like an eye-opening experience, because I've heard of a lot of places across the country that I knew did not have access to a lot of things that I am so privileged to have access to in Los Angeles. There are so many thrift stores, there are so many places to shop, and you can find ethically made clothing. There are restaurants everywhere. You have gas stations, you have 7-Elevens, you have grocery stores, you have so much available to you at a place like Los Angeles. Even in the town that I grew up in, even though it is such a tiny town, I realized that there are people who are living on reservations that we drove through, and they do not have access to a lot. They don't have a lot of access to a lot of things that we have access to. And even driving through these states, they didn't have access to fast food restaurants. Even if they did have a vegan option, they don't have access to that. So also talking about thrifting, Goodwill and the Salvation Army are two of the main thrift stores that are in the United States, and they are also not the best places to support. But you know what? Sometimes that's all the thrift stores that are available. I believe that both the Salvation Army and Goodwill, they have donated and may continue to donate to organizations that are anti-LGBTQ, and they are just overall not the best companies to be supporting. But guess what? A lot of the times, if you're not trying to buy fast fashion, maybe one of your only options is to thrift. And a lot of the times these are the two major chains that are available to shop at. So guess what? You're going to shop there. And I don't think it's right to knock people down for trying. So let me tell you guys a story. Where I grew up, there was not a lot. We had a Walmart, and that's pretty much it. And we would do a lot of our shopping at Walmart. My mom to this day still does a lot of her shopping at Walmart. And guess what? When I go, I do enjoy shopping at Walmart, and honestly I like to see a lot of the cruelty-free and vegan options that they have available, because they are stepping it up as far as vegan and cruelty-free goes, which when I first went vegan and cruelty-free, you pretty much wouldn't be able to see anything that is vegan and cruelty-free. When I'm at my parents' house, I will shop at Walmart because that's one of the only places that they have available to them. And honestly, some people don't even have a Walmart that's available for them to shop at. And when I show things, I showed a lot of things last year on my Instagram of like things that were available to purchase at Walmart that are cruelty free, and then I got a lot of flack for that because people were saying that I am supporting an evil company. And yes, pretty much essentially there's no way around supporting an evil company. Walmart is not that great, but the fact that they are carrying some vegan and cruelty-free products is kind of huge. And for people who do not have access to shop at a local mom and pop shop where the money is going to a good person, this is what people have access to, and it's not okay to tell them that they are not doing something good when they're just trying their best. So a few last things are food companies. Now, a lot of people were pissed off about the Impossible Burger. A lot of people were pissed off about Daya. A lot of people were pissed off, I believe it was Beyond Meat when they were bought out by Tyson. But the Impossible Burger, they did have to test on rats to meet FDA requirements. And the Impossible Burger is showing up at so many restaurants across the United States in places that have food deserts where you're not able to get a lot of options. So the fact that the Impossible Burger is starting to show up as somewhere like Burger King, where maybe before people had an option, they had an option of buying an Impossible Burger, or they could buy a Whopper, and they're buying the Impossible Burger. I think that that is, you know, saying something. Like, sometimes making the right choice is not the best choice, and I think that's okay for people to make a better choice than to make a worse choice. You know what I mean? And yes, it does suck that the Impossible Burger had to test on rats in order to be approved by the FDA, but a lot of other food products also had to be tested by the FDA. A lot of chemicals, a lot of food ingredients that are maybe added to also vegan products. So essentially products that are vegan may not even have been cruelty free. And a lot of these huge companies also own most of the food companies. So you'll see Ben & Jerry's, they're owned by Unilever. Unilever owns a bunch of little tiny food companies, not tiny, but you know what I mean, but smaller companies that are available in places like Target, which people have access to, and the companies that have the money are able to put their products into more stores, so that's what people are going to buy. So I understand people's frustration with Impossible Burger, but I think that in the past maybe we would have to starve ourselves in order to continue to be vegan, because I know that I've definitely been to a place that doesn't have a vegan option, and I've definitely had to skip eating for hours to continue to be vegan, and sometimes there is a different type of vegan option. For example, maybe at McDonald's, they do not have the best vegan menu, like even their fries are not vegan. So if you went to somewhere like McDonald's and they maybe started carrying an Impossible Burger and their bun is vegan, then you know, I think that's maybe a better option than starving yourself. But what do I know? Daiya was also bought out by a company who tests on animals, and vegans were pissed about it. I believe that if someone is vegan and they want to buy a cheesecake and Daiya is their only option, or a pizza and Daiya is their only option, then go ahead and buy it. Like, again, this isn't about being the ultimate perfect vegan, because none of us are the most perfect vegan. It's just about doing the best you can do within your means. Okay, so that's about all the points that I wanted to say. I have been meaning to film this video for such a long time, so if I seem really passionate about it, I am responding to a lot of the hate comments, and not only on my personal accounts, but on other people's accounts as well. So if I seem upset, then it's definitely something that has been building up inside of me for a long time, and I just feel like people who aren't vegan, and then even vegans themselves, feel the need to bring down others for their choices, and I don't think that's right. I don't think that you need to bring someone else down for what they believe is the right choice and doing the best that they can in their veganism. I think that we need to be more understanding and realize that even though you yourself may not be buying Impossible Burger, Beyond Meat, Daiya, shopping at Goodwill, Salvation Army, hoarding all your things on Thrive Market, you know, whatever you choose to be doing is the way that you see fit as your way to be the most perfect version of yourself that you can be. But we do live in a capitalist society. I believe that a lot of the dilemmas that we have, we are choosing whatever works best for us and what we believe is the perfect solution. But of course, there is no perfect solution to everything. But anyway, please do leave me some comments down below. Let me know what you think. I am not perfect, and I'm not trying to be perfect. I'm just trying to do the best that I can do for myself within my means, and whatever that means for me. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that this video maybe helped you, maybe helped spark a question or conversation among yourselves or with other people in your lives. And just remember to always be compassionate with people. If you come at people with anger, that is not going to help anything. If you come at people with compassion and love, that will do a lot more than being hateful will do. I will see you guys in the next video. Don't forget to subscribe and to give this video a thumbs up, and I will see you in the next one. Bye guys.